This video is not about Houdini or FX, but this video is about the education system of India. So the thing is, I was copying some objects onto the points today, and I need to calculate the orientation of the points, like the orientation attribute, which is, if you not in the 3D space, then I will just say it's about when you copy an object onto some point, you have to give it an orientation, because when you copy some object, then you need to know which direction it is facing. And in a 3D space, we represent position, direction, rotations by some, by this gimbal, we call it. And it's mathematical. It's entirely purely mathematical. It has many components. It has its xyz axis, and we all know about this vectors, scalar quantity. And the thing is, I got stuck because I didn't know about the matrix and how this matrix work. And when I looked into like maths, into like general basic math, our system have this matrix in our syllabus. And when I was in high school, the school was like complete shit. The teachers, they were complete shit. I did everything my own. Yes, I had some tutors, but their focus was entirely on marks, exams, and just remember this thing, remember that, and you will be fine. You will get this much marks, and you will pass this exam. Like, what the fuck is this? Like, to be honest, I'm like really frustrated today. I need to go back to that thing that they covered when I'm in school, I'm in high school. Now I need to learn those things again, and I need to like understand why those things work. And if you see this, this is physics walas, right? ICSC wala, I guess it's physics wala channel, and she's explaining about the matrix, and it is of 10th class. It's a chapter of 10th class, and when you like listen to what she's saying, you will hear it. When I opened this video, I thought, let's see what they teaches us. Maybe I could learn something new here. And when I opened this video, you see when she introduced matrix,
लेट से 1035, तो ये क्या बन जाएगी आपकी बेटा, एक मैट्रिक्स बन जाएगी. सो मैट्रिक्स क्या होती है यहाँ पे? जब हम रेक्टेंगुलर या स्क्वायर अरेंजमेंट में नंबर्स को डिनोट करते हैं, इसी को हम लोग क्या कहते हैं? मैट्रिसेस बोलते हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, एक मैट्रिक्स बी है बेटा, जिसको आप 103 5 7 8 इस फॉर्म में रिप्रेजेंट करते हो, तो इसको भी एक मैट्रिक्स बोला जाता है. अब सबसे पहली चीज हमने ये सीखी कि मैट्रिक्स को हम लोग रेक्टेंगुलर अरेंजमेंट में रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं.
how she introduced it, right? She just said there is A, which is a matrix, and we have 4 values. That's it. And it is one of the most famous Twitter in India. It's an educational creator, physics wala, and in its 10th 9th class, she is just telling matrix that it's just when we have 3 numbers, and it's just matrix, and we have 2 types of matrix. We have 4 numbers and we have 6 numbers. Like, what? And in 3D, in 3D, I am trying to understand this. I'm trying to understand this thing from like since morning today, and I couldn't understand this ocular angles and quaternions because it is like advanced math, and I need to know, I need to understand that because I'm copying those points. Let's say this geometry, so I copied this geometry, but before copying, I need to know the orientation I want this geometry to be copied on that point. So you understand what I'm trying to say here. And we have everything. We have trigonometry, vectors, scalar, vector quantity, normalization, everything. I need it now when I'm, when I really need them. And what happened? I cannot say it's my fault. Maybe it's my fault. I didn't try to understand it, but I'm just the product of my environment that I got. And that's why we Indians are far behind than this whole world. This is the reason, because of our education system, because of our environment. And I'm not just bragging about this, or I'm not just criticizing everything. This is the truth. This is the truth. It's not the students' fault that they go to some place higher and they think about themselves as like behind, and they feel like they are like far behind the average guy in a better place. That's the issue this shitty country has. Everything is about marks, everything is about exams. There is nothing about concepts, there is nothing about how to use these. I remember when I was in 12th class, there were this dimension thing, right? And I'm like a guy who wants to understand thing. If I couldn't understand something, then I will just lose interest in that thing. And when I need all these things, and when I want to understand, I need to, like, I'm going back to those mathematics basics because now I need them. 3D is all about vectors, and you need to know the basics. Yes, of course, you can use Blender or something, but if you want to go in depth, then you definitely need to know. And these softwares are not for everyone. Houdini is not for everyone. FX is not for everyone. You cannot be a technical director when you don't know how these softwares and how the math behind works. You just cannot. So this one time I was in my 12th class, and this physics teacher, and he started this dimensions chapter, and he started with writing the formulas of these dimensions. And I asked him, because new class, new subject, I asked him, why do we use these dimensions and where do we use this? And he just said, you don't need to worry about it, you just need to know these formulas and you will be fine in the exam. This is our country, this is our teachers. I cannot blame them because they were also the product of this same environment. That's why they were teaching in that shitty institute or something. So I went to this video. Where is that video? Yes. This video. It is about gimbal lock. Everything this is about, like, it's all about vectors. It's all about rotation in 3D space that they already, taught us in our classes. And this video is from 17 years, and this video taught me how this gimbal lock actually works. And we use these in aerodynamics, and we need to calculate how you will document the rotations in 3D space. So we need these concepts. Sooner or later you will find these concepts and you will have this frustration that I'm having right now, because whom to blame? Whom to blame? I'm 25 now. I turned 25 this year and I need to go back. I could have like learned a lot. They could have, they could have sparked an interest about physics or something, right? But they were like, we used to hate books because they didn't know how to teach, how to make them more interesting, because they didn't also know where these things use, like where we use these things. They didn't know about them. They were like teachers. They also went to the schools and they just cared about the salary, right? Matrix transform. This educator, India's most famous educator, he's a billionaire now, and his class, she is just chapter complete answered questions. And you will see when you look at this video and you just here start this multiplication and you say introduction. Okay, we have introduction and
For
you will listen to
example,
this.
ये matrix B है बेटा, जिसको आप 103,578 इस फॉर्म में रिप्रेजेंट करते हो, तो इसमें
Listen to
भी एक
this yourself. Everything in 3D, everything in 3D, everything in 3D. I will give you an example, okay? And this is not just about 3D. This is about how aerodynamics work, how these space missions work, how satellites revolve around this orbit. It's all about maths. It's all about metrics. It's all about their position, rotation, and their vectors and their orientation in space. We need these concepts. And see this, we have this translate, rotate, and scale. This is a matrix. This is matrix itself. And if I need to like use this parameter, then I need to understand how metrics work. And you see this order, they don't teach it because this don't come in exams or questions. Everything translate, rotate, scale, it's a matrix. And how this works? This video. Like she will create an example. See this 3 number, this is the x coordinate, y coordinate, and z coordinate, and this is for scale, rotate, and you can translate. In this case, if this is a vector b, I don't know what this case is about, but we use matrix in like every 3D software. It cannot work without it. So now who will teach about this if these are not? So if I have this this note in the end, that if you really want to do something, if you really are not chasing just these marks, and I will say marks are important up to a point, but if you don't understand what you are learning, then marks are just a piece of paper that will give you shit. Okay? If you are chasing these numbers, chasing first, second, third, then you will be a complete like just a machine that doesn't know what he or she is doing. That's it. So I have this thing for you, that if you are learning something, then just don't please do the sake for the marks or just exam. Do it for yourself. Do it for the concept. Do it for the subject itself. That will make you to get better in something. That will spark an interest in these things, not these shitty teachers. You have to learn. You have to have that interest about learning. There are so many concepts in this world that are really interesting, really fascinating to study about. But what they told us is just marks and everything. Economy, social science, and physics, chemistry, biology. There are so many interesting concepts out there. So this is the last point I will say. If you find a concept, then please try to like understand at least like the uses of that same concept, because in future maybe you will need it. So do it for the concept itself, not for numbers. Try to understand it, try to see where we use that, right? This gimbal lock we use in aerodynamics, and it's everything about vectors. Is everything about vectors. This, it is in maths, it is in basic maths, and it is the base of the aerodynamics rotation, how like these aircrafts share their location, their rotations. We have everything yaw, pitch, roll, everything is vector. So just please try to understand concepts. That's what I meant to say. Don't don't just do it for numbers. Don't do it for marks. Do it for yourself.